I think he would have been a real big contributor in a lot of ways.
Well, I suppose that then from there it's, okay, you've experienced, you've played rugby in all the hemispheres, all over the world. If you're at young 10, we've got 3 in the Wallabies squad, what's your preparation like? What's the responsibility like? What are the triggers that are going to help you perform? If you're Noah Lolesio, if you're Ben Donaldson, if you're Tom Liner, how do you approach this series coming?
Yeah, I think it's a great opportunity for those guys to really step up and run the team. I think as a 10, and if you know the players are looking at you to be one composed, one to understand and really know each role of every player in that squad, and then how as a 10 you can show composure, how you can show confidence and say, I'm going to run this game, I'm going to run the team, and come with me, because that's what they need now in these 3 games, right? Especially this Sunday, start of the international season, is they got a 10 that's going to really own those positions and be composed and be confident in those big moments.
You had a terrific chemistry with Israel Folau, right? How do you replicate that if you're a 10 in terms of unlocking the brilliance of Sua Ali, who's very similar in body shape and athletic ability?
Yeah, it's a good question, right? Because I think as a 10, sometimes you can fall in the trap of just trying to feed them the ball and just distribute, and that actually doesn't help them, and especially up against quality defences and like the Lions defence. So Izzy always said to me, you have to be a threat. You have to sort of be a genuine running threat and take on the line a bit more, and don't just shift to him, because then teams are able just to double defend and get more numbers out wider. So I just encourage these guys, these 10s, to stay involved in the game, look for their own opportunities, and still be able to load and shift and distribute, but keep looking for your own opportunities, because as soon as you get a weak shoulder and get in behind, then those guys can flatten up and get the ball in a bit more space on the edge.
Well, the opposition are going to be thinking about him, don't you, before the game even starts. So that gives other players around him opportunity. Nud, who do you think, or where do you think, rather, he's going to be best suited for this team? He's played 15, he's played on the Sting a bit for the Waratahs this year. We saw him at 13 in that remarkable English outing at Twickenham last year. Where do you think, from what you've seen, he fits in best in this Wallabies team?
Yeah, I think, like you said, he can play so many positions, and I think the makeup of that back line's so crucial for where he's going to thrive and where the other guys are going to be able to thrive. And, one thing I look at is you need 2 ball players in that back line, whether that's at the 12, whether it's at 15. And if you see Tom right now bringing in the ability to pass and to step up in that first receiver or second receiver, but then it puts the pressure, I suppose, on a guy like Lenny. And Lenny gets out, like how he can get in there and distribute the ball, or if your 10 has carried or has to go down a short side, how then your 12 in Len can step up and be that ball player as well. And that's finding that balance to really unlock this back line, because there are so many threats.
Well, this 2025 Wallabies, unlike the 2001 Wallabies and the 2013 Wallabies, get a test match to prepare leading into a Lions series. If you're the 10, if you're the game leaders, even if you're the coaching staff, what do you want to see? What do you want to get out of a match like this on Sunday against Fiji?
Yeah, it's always a really hard one, right? Because you've come off these long Super Rugby seasons and preparation, and then you throw them straight into a blender and you have to try and perform, and the pressure's on because you know what's coming after it. But like I said, I think guys that you want them to step up with composure, even though there will be mistakes. There's going to be a few ironing errors, but to your next action there, to be able to still be confident. Okay, we're going to call this play again, and we're going to step up, or no, we're going to go through them here. Or if you've had a series of phases where you haven't gone forward, okay, I'm going to take ownership, I'm going to get the ball and kick it downfield, or kick to get the ball back. So it's really, staying engaged, staying in that battle and competing, and want to be getting your hands on the ball.
Nardi, how do you play this Fijian team? Do you play to win against Fiji, or do you play to set up yourself for a Lions series?
Well, I think we've seen in the games already on this series, right, the intensity that you have to play with to match them, and I think that's where the Wallabies have to go out and really target Fiji, because if you don't play with that intensity and you allow Fiji to stay in the game to the 50, 60, 70th minute of the game, they're frightening. So I think the Wallabies have really got to go out there, play how they want to play in terms of the series. Don't get caught up in trying to play like Fiji or trying to take this as a warm-up match. But I think there's just that intensity, especially in the forwards and in the playmakers staying engaged in the game.
Atco's up in Newcastle with Timmy Horan. They're going to reveal the Wallabies team announcement.